Where do most deceased zombies live? On dead-end streets. Welcome to Comic Book Editions Volume 251. I've been so fortunate lately that it's been raining AOKs at my house. Last week I had a Silver Hair Bronze Age Babe Comics and Kal-El Comics AOK that I shared with you in my Anniversary Comic Book Editions Volume 250 video. At that time I shared with you that I had a package from John's Comics With Friends, which is what I'm going to open up today. But we're still not done because there's future AOKs that I'm told that are headed towards me, including one from Mr. Gretzky 9966. But today, it's all about John's Comics With Friends. So John went to SDCC, and I said, hey, there's something I'm looking for. If you get a chance, if you can find it for me, I'll send you some cash. I would love to have it, but don't go too out of your way. If you can't get it, it's not that big of a deal. But he was able to secure one for me. I know there's some other books that I had left at his house. It wasn't that long ago that I had an AOK from John's Comics With Friends. That was in Comic Book Editions Volume 241. But after he sent those books out, which included a bunch of Black Lightning books and some prize wins, he didn't have enough room in that package. So I knew that there was still some stuff that he had for me, some stuff that I was aware of. And that is my understanding is being shipped in here with the SDCC book. So that's what I'm excited to share with you today. Before I get started, I'm really on this final path to 1,000 subscribers. I can see it. I can see the golden 1K. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I certainly would appreciate it. Sharing the channel and the video with someone that might find it interesting is another great way to show support. The algorithm loves it when you give the video a thumbs up, a heart, a like, so take care of that. And I'll be asking for your comments at the end of today's video. So with that having been shared, I'm going to put you in fast forward mode. I'm going to open it up and share together what John has sent me. Let's go. So I haven't peeked at anything. It's still put together. I should know all of these books, but I'm going to be point blank honest in saying there might be a few that I've forgotten about that are in this stack. So I might be surprising myself as I'm sharing it with you today. I'm just going to set the pile down and start from the top. Are we ready to go? I think we are. Yes, DCeased, issue number 4. We've got a very cool Sergeant Rock cover here. I've been kind of piecing together as much of the DCeased title as I can. And I'll have to go back and look through my notes to see how many more I need, but I know it can't be many. The thing with the DCeased books is there's just so many different variants. And there's so many more variants than there are issues for the title. This was just a title I started to enjoy. Some of these books came from, John ended up picking up a lot of the collection that my good friend, Ruben, White Tiger Cool Calm collected when he was downsizing his collection a little bit when he was getting ready for the new Tiger Cub that's here. John ended up taking a lot of those books off of his hands, and some of these came from Ruben's collection. So I thank you, Ruben, but I especially thank you, John, too, because you could have put these in any direction, and you sent some my way to help fill in some runs for me, and I certainly do appreciate that. So cool. Next book. Yes, another DCeased. This is issue number 6. Ooh, we got Catwoman, Poison Ivy, and Harley. Now that is a lethal combination before they're even deceased, right? Yeah. So easy reads on these like most modern books are, but good reads and stuff that I do enjoy. So thank you for helping me checkmark this one off of my list. When John got that big collection from Ruben, I had a chance to, with a few other friends as well, we were just kind of doing an off-air stream with John, and he was showing some of the stuff. And some of us were claiming at that moment. So this was one that I think I ended up claiming at that time. All right. Dark Knight's Death Metal. Yeah, issue number 4. Boy, this had an original $25 price tag on it. I'm starting to wonder if this isn't like an incentive. I have to do some research on that. Of course, if it is, I will have posted the information on the screen for you as well. So I apologize that some of this information I just don't have readily available like I do when I'm doing a comic book editions video of stuff that I had picked up myself. So very cool, though. I know that this is helping me fill out a run, so that's why it's here in the collection. Save that one for just a quick for the end. Okay, I definitely do remember these last two books, and let me get the tape off a little bit. Yep. So here we have a Batman Beyond. This is issue 50. Dan Mora is doing the cover, and especially Dan Mora's work of late, I have just loved. That new History of the DC Universe cover that he did for issue 1, the variant with Wonder Woman. Granted, it's Hippolyta's Wonder Woman, but would love to have that signed. I don't ever hear of Dan Mora doing like a lot of convention signings or anything. I think he has or had a CGC private signing schedule, but this is the last issue of the Batman Beyond series. Of course, I'm much interested in it because Wonder Woman is guest starring. Dan Jurgens is the writer of this story as well, and this came out in 2021. Cool, cool, cool. And then, before we get to the SDCC exclusive, I kind of been wanting this book for a while too, and this heated up a little bit. It's Batgirl Volume 5, Issue 50, and this was the last issue of that series as well. And what heated up a little bit with this comic book was it's the first appearance of Ryan Wilder in comic books. Of course, she's the Batwoman, or was the Batwoman on the Batwoman TV show, the second one. So this was her first comic book appearance, though. Joshua Middleton did the cover for this, 2020, I think I mentioned. When this was new, there was so much spec about this that even a few months after it had come out, I had seen this at a convention, and it was already a wall book at that time. I don't think the printings were that plentiful or that full, or which probably led to the series being canceled. But yeah, I don't think it's a wall book anymore by any means at all. But there definitely was a lot of spec at the time. And not because it's a spec book, but I was just kind of curious about having the book in my collection anyway, and I did like the cover for this. So I was appreciative of getting the opportunity to do so. So thank you, John, and also on behalf of White Tiger Cool Calm Collected for helping me get these books into my collection. I truly do appreciate it. So now I have the book to wrap up today's video that I asked John to pick up for me at San Diego Comic-Con. And he was able to do this. Let's show it. Look at that. So earlier this summer, Milkbone had a promotion where they offered like this 12-page comic book with Krypto and Superman. And man, that thing sold out really fast. It was completely sold out before I even had a chance to get one or buy one. And it wasn't available in the Milkbone boxes. Even if you bought the specially marked Krypto box, it wasn't available. And I was kind of bummed out about it. And I didn't want to pay the secondhand eBay retailer prices. But when I saw at SDCC that if you bought Milkbone, if you bought a box of the Krypto marked Milkbone, you could get this for free. So I asked John if he would do it. And then I don't have a pet currently. And I said, just donate the Milkbone to someone who has a pet or to a shelter or whatever. I just am more interested in the comic book. So this is a special exclusive variant of the cover. The normal cover that they released, was just completely full cover. This is very minimal trade dress, kind of done, with minimal color. And it's still the same book. I'm still excited to have it in my collection too. And Krypto stole the show when he was in the Superman Legacy movie. I mean, he just totally did. And I'm psyched to have this. I think when Milkbone did their initial offering too, they didn't protect the comic books probably the way that they should have, and some of those got damaged, or a good chunk of them got damaged when they got shipped throughout the post office. So there are 9/8s out there for sure of it, but not everyone is a 9/8 candidate from the things that I've been told. But I got a nice copy, a nice SDCC exclusive copy of this story that I'm anxious to sit down and read sometime, thanks to my good friend John's Comics with Friends. So John and I do a monthly show, JLA versus Avengers, where we take classic Silver Age comic books, an issue from Avengers, and battle that same issue number against Justice League, and then see who had the better book, compared to cover, compared to art, compared to story, compared to the most valuable player, and overall. I always have a lot of fun doing that show with him, and I hope you get a chance to join us, because you in the chat actually ultimately end up deciding which one of those comic books becomes the winner. It's always a fun show to do. So be looking for our next installment of JLA versus Avengers very soon. My back issue of the week YouTube short is up on my YouTube channel that you can check out right now. There's Fanboys Live and the Retro Review, the greatest DC Comics show on YouTube. It's Sunday nights, 8:15 p.m. Eastern, 7:15 p.m. Central, right here on my YouTube channel. And John's Comics with Friends was a special guest on that. Let's see, he was on this past weekend. So that was pretty awesome. And who knows, he might be on again very, very soon. So thank you, John. Thank you for your friendship. I've left a link for John's channel for some odd reason if you're not subscribed to him, to make sure to do so. He puts out some great content. He is just what you want as a friend. When I stop and think of what an ideal friend would be, John certainly check marks the criteria in each one of those boxes. So thank you very much for being such a great friend to me, John. It means more to me than you'll ever know. Always know you have my back, and I have yours too. So you made it to the end of this Comic Book Editions 251 video. What did you think? What's your favorite out of what I showed today? Do you have any of these books? Hunting any of these books? We can dialogue about all of that and more, because that's what the comments section is for. I look forward to reading your comments. Future AOKs on the way. I want to do an X-Men haul at some point. You know what? I have a question for you. Recently, more on Fanboys, I've been showing some autographs. And if I have a comic book or something that's signed by someone related in the superhero field, I show that on my channel. If it's someone that's not related in the comic book field, would you be interested in seeing that? If it's pop culture maybe, or maybe a musical artist or something. It's just something I've been thinking about. I always kind of wanted to incorporate the autographs into my channel somewhere, somehow. I'm just curious if that's something you would be interested in seeing on my channel. Leave me a comment below with your thoughts on that too. It's okay whatever way you answer. I'm just looking for some feedback. So thank you in advance for helping me out with the feedback and for watching. I hope you have a happy, healthy, and successful week. I will catch you for the next Comic Book Editions video very soon. Take care.